Welcome to the third episode of the Parliamentarian Twitter View. Ndinokuchingamidza imese nyaliyamukela lonke namuhla ngolwesine ku the Parliamentarian Twitter View. This is where we meet and we discuss the trending issues. Izinto zonke ezenzakeleyo iviki le eyabidlulile, izinto eziqhakathekileyo zvinjakakhosha zvinenge zvati affecta sevanhu vemuZimbabwe. Tinobva tagara pasi totanga kuzvitaura, totanga ku-explaina zvimwe zvinhu zvinenge zvisikanzwisisiki, siqalise njalo ukucazulula izinto eziningi ezifanele zicazululwe, ezifanele ukuthi sizizwisise. Ngiyabonga lonke ukuthi lilapha. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. So as it's important for us to just dive into the issue. The most important issue this week, we've got an outbreak here, cholera. And cholera, there's an outbreak of cholera and there's a lot of things that are happening in regards to nyaye cholera. I remember this week watching video, Honorable Chinotimba, when he was actually cleaning up the city of Harare. Vachiti ndinokuridzira vanhu ma-MP nevanhu vagari vemuZimbabwe nesu tese maZimbabwean as a whole kuti tisangane titange kucleana city yedu nekuti hazviite kuti nyika inogara vanhu yakanaka kudai inge yakasviba kudai. And we want to agree, guys, that the city of Harare, not just the city of Harare, many Zimbabwean cities and towns. Guys, it is terrible. China yacho iripo. I mean, last time somebody, an honorable minister was doing an official opening here bin. I'm sure he had realized kuti zvakakosha. It was very, most of us didn't take it well. But now that there is cholera, it's actually very important that we clear a lot of garbage out of our cities, because it starts there. And before we get into the nitty-gritties, in my picture, we're not even sure. Somebody was saying, no, it's not a Zimbabwean picture, where a young man is sitting in the midst of sewer and he's cleaning vegetables. Is this what we have come to? Is this the country that we have been in? I mean, I remember when we were young, kurasira bepa pasi chaiko was something that we couldn't even do. See, right now we are told umuntu evuli window. A driver sibili Mercedes Benz. Is it mina drive Mercedes Benz, man. Mina ngiye drive BMW, and you're proud of who you are. A clean man, a clean woman rolling the window down and actually throwing garbage, littering all over. We couldn't even litter in our schools. So I want to urge all of us Zimbabweans that, yes, we've got an outbreak of cholera, and I pray and I believe that everything is being done to stop that, to contain it, and to also treat everybody who's affected. However, going forward as Zimbabweans, it is important, it's very, very, very important that we come to a point where we realize that small things like throwing down a paper, small things like littering, small things will come to a situation like that, and we refuse that as Zimbabweans, and it's got to start with one of us. However, while we are talking about the cholera situation, so many companies actually got involved in in helping the affected and helping contain the cholera outbreak and helping us stop. They're actually going forward with money and giving it to the Ministry of Health. I'll talk about Tel One. I think they gave them 20,000. I also saw our Vice President Chiwenga receiving some money from EcoBank, I think. So there are a lot of companies who are helping out. I'll mention even Wellens Mujuru also gave like tanks of water from his Risa cancer. And the one tweet that went round this week was by Strive Masiwa. I'm going to read it as it is. He says, reflection. One of the saddest thing that happened last week when Econet announced that it had set aside $10 million, guys, 10 million, to support buy medicines and materials, was the number of suppliers and even officials in some of the affected municipalities who tried to defraud our company by offering things at highly inflated prices. Gloves worth $3 were suddenly worth $65. That is just so pathetic. I've told my people to prepare lists of anyone who willfully tries to exploit the situation. After this crisis is over, we will go after them. And on this same platforms, not about Twitter, Facebook, naming and shaming them is going to happen. But the most depressing bit, everybody was just commenting and saying the most depressing bit is that have we gone that low as Zimbabweans? Kuti takushika panzvimbo shuwa yekuti kana anytime takangoona opportunity kuthiwa hayi sokule mali lapha imali emele ibe ngegovernment, everybody is taking advantage of that, which is wrong as Zimbabweans. It's actually something that we are supposed to look into and reflect and realize that as Zimbabweans, I think, is it poverty that has taken us to this point? Is it issues that we're facing as a country that has brought us to this point again? It was so depressing. There's a lot of things that happened. Like I said, Wellens also shared and said that he also he actually he shares the same sentiments with Strive Masiwa, because he also donated with Risa Cancer. He donated tanks of water, and they were charged 80% more for transport. I mean, really, Zimbabweans, have we really come to that? Taku take advantage of things that are not even supposed to be taken advantage of. And we need to stop. But how do we stop? Is it issues? Is it us not having jobs? Like, we've got so many things that we're going through as a country. But taking advantage of each other, especially of a situation where we can tell kuti, nika ya kutoparara, pane outbreak, panapa. Kodwa asikwanisi ukufika endaweni lapho esicabanga khona ukuthi hayi, you know, akusafanelanga kube njalo, kufanele sihlale phansi sizwisise ukuthi abantu bayafa lapha, kufanele siqhakathekise khona lokho ukuthi abantu bari kufa saka kana abantu bachifa ini ndotorawo $2 iyoyo, but $2 iyoyo ndo yanda kuda kunothengesa chingwa, unochidya sei chingwa chacho? Honestly, unochidya sei chingwa chacho? Kana watora mari yokunotengera vana chikafu, mari inofanira kuraramisa umwe munhu. Come on guys. Izvozvo ndozvikatomboiti. And us as Zimbabweans, takufanira kusvika panzvimbo yokuti tinozviudza kuti this has got to stop. That is the only way, Zimbabweans, that we can build our Zimbabwe for our children's generation. Because tikatadza kudaro, tinoramba tiri kumashure, tinoramba tiri vanhu vaya vanongoramba vachida kungogara vari munhamo, pasina kana zvinhuwani zvatinomboti taakugara pasi, taakugadzirisa. Hayi, nyacela vantu. Nyacela maZimbabweans, kasifike nendaweni sike sibe ngabantu, singayanyisi phambi kwamanye amazwe ukuthi khathesi itweet lana has gone all over the world, sesizilabelile thina ngokwethu. So nxa sesikhamba sisiyasebenza in other companies, and then people be like, oh no, you can't trust the Zimbabwean. Zimbabwean accountants are full all over the world. Now they are going to have to be audited and checked on every other time, simply because of situations like this. So yeah, no, it was a very, 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 very bad time. Now, it's funny how we got into this outbreak, and you know what, I'll talk about this issue. Last week I just touched on it, and I didn't want to get into detail because I wanted to find out the real deals and the real detail on it. Our former Minister of Health, David Parliamentarian, was arrested, but he came out and he was slashed with $500 bail, and it's normal, we're used to it. And it munhu wese anongopindawo anonzi aita zvakati zvecorruption, anongopindawo mujere ongonzi chakati bail, buda ayent. And these are the things right now that we need to look at and we need to stop as Zimbabweans. But kana tichida kuti maminister edu astope zvese izvozvo, how are we even going to tell them kana isusu tinoshanda ma-councils acho tichitora mari yacho futi tichinyeba, creating certain quotations just to benefit yourself? I'm sorry, but this is wrong. But I must applaud the mayor of Harare. Apparently he dismissed a few people. Pane vanhu vasisina mabasa, pane vanhu vovawanawo mabasa vangachifunga kuti 98% unemployment here, ichiri 98% here. Inofanira kunge yakadzika because the president said Zimbabwe is open for business. pamwe yakadzika engxenye omunye umuntu la usetholile umsebenzi, but usethola umsebenzi yini, or maybe somebody just got their relative again and slashed them into the post. Your post yanzi, people have been dismissed. This is our Zimbabwe, guys, and only us can build it, and only us can correct it. The reason us at the Parliamentarian have decided to do these shows, Titaurema views, is because sometimes, you know, you need to come to a time where without actually having a discussion with people at home. Could we see these issues? We don't wait for a time where when we are frustrated and tired, we talk about these issues on a day, on a weekly, so that they know that we are aware of the issues. They know that we are going to act upon certain issues. So this is the Parliamentarian Twitter view, and I'm happy to be with you again this week, and we are definitely going to be with you every other week. If you would like to follow us, our Twitter is the Parliamentar ZW. It's simply because we didn't write the Parliamentarian on Twitter because the Twitter limits you with certain characters. But if you do search the Parliamentarian, you will still find us. So follow us on Twitter and we will be able to connect with you there. So, as we are talking about corruption, okay, something happened this week. Apparently, Wicknell wanted to sponsor the Miss Tourism. And guess what? The Vice President tweeted and said, I will read it as it is because I blocked Wicknell Chivayo from donating towards the hosting of Miss Tourism pageant because he must be clean. Hansi, we are in a new dispensation. We are not being silenced by sweets. But guys, please take me back here. Wicknell akuzwe kutanga achi sponsor Miss Tourism and it akambo sponsor Miss Tourism, and take me back again. Mrs. Vice President Mary Chiwenga has always been a part of Miss Tourism. So, didn't we know that Wicknell Chivayo anga garasiri clean? Why has he suddenly become unclean to them today? When vakambotoro mari yake iko ku Miss Tourism kwacho vakabvumirana naye. Anyway, I won't comment much about that. Dangotiwo ndingokuudzai kuti aiwa tinozviziva kuti akambo donate here and there zvinhu zvakawanda. He has never been clean, this guy. All he has showed us was his pairs of shoes. Of course, we saw his pairs of shoes. We've always known about the Zesa issue. We've always known about certain issues. But kana zvakubva kuna president, vice president, vakuti vakambloka ivo. Anyway, thank you for mentioning the new dispensation. There's Rovati new dispensation. Ndofunga they are saying no, what we did before hatisi kuda kuzviripita futi. So Wicknell Chivayo mari yako ihanzi hatidi sweet riri paper. And saka hatisi kutora mari yako. So Miss Tourism is here in Bulawayo. It's being hosted on Saturday. So if you're out there, vanavo kundibhadhara kuti ndiva advertise it. But it's Miss Tourism. I'll talk about it because it's in Bulawayo, and Bulawayo is my hometown. And it's going to be atiwanzoita zvinhu zvakangowanda munona. So nxa silayo Miss Tourism, sizayikhuluma, sibe proud to be in the City of Kings. Because when it comes to us, we will treat you well. Come to Bulawayo. We have all that is beautiful. On your way out, please don't forget to also visit our tourist areas. You have got Matobo Hills. I'll tell you about another place that I discovered in tourism this week. A place called Diana Pools. Google it. Oh, it's heaven, guys. It's heaven. Anyway, let's get on to the Parliamentarian Twitter view. This is the Parliamentarian Twitter view. While you are still logged on, can I tell you that we are going to start hosting guests. And our first guest is none other than the Vice President of the MDC Alliance. So get ready. We are going to have him very soon. And we should be giving you his show on Sunday. So just remain there, watch, and we're going to give you a good time. You need to understand that we're bringing these people not because we want them to be sitting in a hot seat. But yeah, it's a hot seat because tichavabvunza mubvunzo yatinoziva kuti imimi kudzimba, imimi maZimbabwean, you the people of Zimbabwe need to hear what they've got to say for themselves. And going forward, we are going to try and bring each and every parliamentarian, each and every person who goes to House of Assembly anenge achiuya pano kuzogara nesu pano, so that we have an open discussion with them in regards to a lot of things. Zvavari kupromisa, zvavari kuita kuparliament. Anyway, this parliament, this week, the opening of the parliament was very exciting. Tell you what, Ndofunga, we are slowly becoming the South African parliament, because it's exciting. You look forward to it. I mean, the opening. Do you know that? Did you watch that? Okay, let me talk about the opening. Before I talk about the opening, if you've got questions, we've got a WhatsApp number besides the comments on Facebook. A WhatsApp number 00263 775 383 550. 00263 775 383 You can send me a WhatsApp message. Send us a WhatsApp message. We'll be able to read your comment from there. So, talking about the parliament officially opening this week. Somebody sent, one of the parliamentarians took a picture with a group of them, and he was wearing a very nice shoe. I always talk about fashion because I also think that the parliamentarians need to understand we want them to look good. They represent us, so we want them to look good. So he sends me a picture. I won't say who and I won't say which ones they are. And I said, oh, that's a beautiful picture. However, wherever you are at home and I give you an idea for a business, please do fill me in and give me a percentage. However, anyway, let's get back to it. Takuda kuchiona difference ngavachichena ngavachitangisa kuti represent our, because they are speaking for us, they're representing us. But if they decide to wear different regalia, we still welcome it, as long as they are in there to represent us. So there were many events zvakaitika parliament this week. Hanzi nevanhu hanzi ndikafunga vote yangu ndinorara ndigere. I mean, I don't know how to sing, but hanzi ndikafunga vote yangu amai ndinorara ndigere. And do you realize that there were a number of MPs that actually stood up while the president was speaking? Or am I lying? Or am I wrong? So guys, you need to stay captivated and actually watch what is going on in parliament. Let me tell you something else, a highlight of what happened. So the president of Zimbabwe decided to arrive at parliament in a different style to obviously the former president of Zimbabwe, Robert Gabriel Mugabe. But this time, Hanzi British. Black ma black cab in London. My black cab. So we are just learning that the president likes vintage stuff. Tajona nema biza taona just a gallop. It was in style. I think his sons, Anashon Nana Jr., they sit down and they say, but ndara tinofanirwa kutosvika in style but aiwa rekaitokuudza my black cab akapenga ndoatofanirwa kutoita nawo totosvika nawo. But anyway, he arrived in style, but nonetheless I don't think vanga vakamirira kunzwa vanhu vachishedzera chanting mbavha akomanaka maizviita here izvi aMugabe varipo. Anyway, that's the new Zimbabwe we are in. Yes, we are going ahead. Trukutaura zvatete tichifunga hanzi naSabelo Shongwe. I feel you. I'm trying to read my comments so that we are interacting. Okay. Anyway, my comments. Let me just check if we've got any WhatsApp messages that have come through. Okay, so going forward, we want to talk about, oh no, I just have to correct something. Mary Chiwenga, about Mary Chiwenga. It wasn't actually Miss Tourism, it was Miss Zimbabwe. Sorry, I just saw that on my notes now. It was actually Miss Zimbabwe. So the vice president might be right to be actually blocking Chivayo, Wicknell Chivayo. Anyway, so let's go ahead with our talk. Now, the Harare City Council, hanzi, vazviona kuti haiwa, pamwe cholera inogona kunge ichikonzereswa nevanhu vari kutengesa madomasi. Akomana, you can't treat people like that. You certainly can't treat people like that. Vanhu are trying to survive in this difficult Zimbabwe. Imi mobva matumira mapurisa kunovashungurudza futi, kuvadzinga mu street like that. But one thing people need to realize is that mukachengeta vanhu, mukabata vanhu semuka, guess what? You'll turn them into that. Because you can't treat a human being like that. When a human being is in need and needs to feed their family, they are not stealing. Find other means of giving them something better. You don't send mapurisa, not even, why mapurisa? Why the police? Why not the municipality police? Why do we have to get into situations like that? Where now it's like hooliganism, like it just becomes barbaric. As Zimbabweans, that needs to stop. It actually needs to stop. Because zvinoitika ndezvokuti vanhu vava nhasi hanzi vanga vava kumhanya vachirova mapurisa nematombo. I mean, as Zimbabweans, we were never like that. We were never like that. So we understand kuti there are systems in place. The Harare City Council is trying by all means to find a way of getting people out of the streets. But using police is not the right way, guys. It's not the right way at all. Because tiri vanhu, munhu anenge akamirirwawo nehama yake kumba kuti hai kufanele kudla, kufanele abantwana bahambe esikolweni, and then you come, you don't even give them jobs, you don't even give them another alternative. Then you come and you chase them out like that. I mean, to be real, I want to be honest and tell you that I do not agree, totally I do not agree with the fact that obviously there has to be systems in place in regards to vending and in regards to people selling, but find ways of getting people out of the streets. Because tikaita izvi zvokurwisanisana nekusafungirana vamwe, aiya, Zimbabwe yacho haitozombonaki. It just becomes so difficult as Zimbabweans to live. So we are appealing to the council, we are appealing to the police, we are appealing to the government. Yes, we understand that kune chinonzi town planning, but at the same time, please understand the fact that us as Zimbabweans, each and every day, we are trying so hard to find means to live. We are trying so hard. It's amazing how in so much poverty and issues and problems as Zimbabweans, we continue to still work hard. And we continue to have minimal crime in our country. But izvozvo zvatiri kuedza nazvo, muri kuuya futi muchitirwisa, and you want to come to a point where you are calling police. I mean, I won't even move away from the fact that just a few weeks ago, just a very peaceful peaceful demonstration came to a point where people died. So we don't want such situations in Zimbabwe. And tikaramba takanyararaka, zvicharamba zvichiitika izvozvo. I mean, make a plan for us as Zimbabweans. We don't enjoy being in the streets. We don't enjoy going out there to be selling each and everything just to get $1 for bread. Not $1 anymore, guys. $1.20 for bread. So a lot of things are actually getting really tough. So I'm appealing to the government, please find a different way of dealing with this. Now, moving forward, we talked about the parliament, the parliament, the opening of the parliament, and that was fine. Now, besides the fact that here we've got a new cabinet and they walked into cabinet and we've got a real big issue that they've got to deal with. So, Minister of Finance Mthuli Ncube decided to put on hold nyaya yemota dzinopiwa ama-parliamentarians nevanhu vemucabinet. Hanzi dziripo motikari, mari yacho iripo, but hatisi kutenga motikari ko zvino because it's important for us to deal with this current situation. Manje, I know some of us had already been given the old cars. Kunzaiwa chimbotora hako iyi motikari, ungabuyisebenzisa imota leyo, ungabuyisebenzisa nzanjani, ngizakudinga wena ngizokutshengise yami imota entsha. Hayi, you are not being given cars yet. Thank you, Minister Mthuli Ncube, for diverting those funds to actually dealing with the real problem that we have as Zimbabwe. And it's actually very important that, you know, we have come to a point where now we actually get such news. The minister is thinking of that. Like, guys, this never happened. Cars would come through, you know, and we would only see that, the cars have come, and kusanyara, you know, right now I was thinking to myself that maybe the cars are actually there. But the minister said it doesn't make sense for us to be distributing cars at this current moment, while we are going through such a crisis, and while we are busy asking for funds from companies and other parts of the world, cholera outbreak. Ganti, we are busy giving out cars. Here, big cars. MPs, chill a bit. Your cars are going to come, but just not now. So you can, whoever you are who gave me your car, please come and get it. I know you need to use it now, yeah? Moving on. So, besides talking about issues, it's also important to be human and real. So the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Affairs, SB Moyo, you all remember SB Moyo, eh? The soldier who read. I won't talk about that. We've passed through it. Anyway, yes, so he's not feeling too well, and we just want to wish him well and a speedy recovery. So no, guys, here at the Parliamentarian, every Zimbabwean is important. So if you also at home you fall sick, we're going to wish you well and to get well soon. Anyway, moving on with our issues. So let's talk about the fact that cholera is actually something that we need to speak about as Zimbabweans. Do you know that in Harare and in Beitbridge, I'll talk about that, because here in Bulawayo, by the way, unlike other cities, you don't find people standing in the streets selling water and drinks. We don't have that in Bulawayo. Not that we don't like the business idea. I think it's a great idea, because sometimes when I'm driving on the road, you know, and I feel thirsty, I look around and I want a bottle of water. But right now, it's a good thing that we don't have that. Because in other towns, you're not even sure where that water is coming from. Because apparently, people have become so entrepreneuring that they buy bottles of water. No, they buy bottles of water, or they pick bottles of water, empty bottles of water, and they refill it with their own water. We don't know where the water is coming from, and they refill it and they resell it. So you're actually buying something you actually don't know where it's from. And somebody was saying that even the cokes, like, they come from outside the country, and sometimes they are you know, they are what you call this? They're actually they're seconds. I don't know what are the word. They're damaged. So they're expired. These are some things that we need to look at, especially the issue of water. You can't just go buying water on the streets. It's important for you now, during this crisis, for you to actually go into a supermarket, buy clean water, please. Boil everything that you're going to drink that is called water. And it's important to educate children. I think that's the most important thing. Sometimes as adults, we assume that the children can hear what we're talking about, instead of actually bringing them down and sitting them down. When you get to school, by all means, please do not do this, do not do that. Do not drink water. Do not drink water that is unclean. Pack water for them, please. Pack sanitizers for them, please. Let us come to a point where we actually take caution of this. I was in a pharmacy a couple of days ago, and there was a lady who brought in sanitizers to supply them. And they said, "How much are they?" She says, $5. And they're like, "But they were $1 a week ago." People are actually capitalizing and using this crisis to make money. Yes, you know what, you're business-minded and stuff, but human. Someone is giving out these things for free because they are well needed all over the place. Vegetables, guys. If you're going to be buying vegetables, please, by all means, make sure you're buying them from safe places. Do not buy vegetables and just go on to eat them. Do not buy fruits and go on to eat them without washing them. Let us be cautious. Every message that we're getting, when you buy airtime, there comes a cholera message. Awareness, awareness, awareness. As Zimbabweans, it's actually very, very vital. So, let me just read messages. Oh, someone is saying, Vimbai, it is very important for us to meet our MPs. But right now, we haven't seen them. Guys, honestly, it's very important actually for you to meet the MPs and you haven't seen them. And what I can say to you is that I would forgive them right now. They're still trying to get the hang of things. Right now, they are in Harare. They just opened for Parliament. They are still getting to, get to a place where they start serving you for reals. So it's just one of those things that we actually need to give them time, allow them time. I know I'm giving you guys pressure to know your MP, to follow them, and to make sure that they deliver. But right now, let's understand where they are coming from. Let's understand the place where they are at. It's important for us to be human enough to give them time. Okay. And then there's another message. Hi, Vimbai. You live in Bulawayo South. And we saw a tweet from Raj Modi that says that us Christians should get ready to come out of the warehouses. But is he going to be able to give us a place of worship? Can't he at least respect that this is where we worship and we meet God? What do you say about that? Guys, that's a very difficult point because, hey, people with their papas, it's very difficult to comment. However, guys, the reality of the matter is that we need to revive the industries. That is the reality. Church can even be done at home. I'm not saying go ahead and do that. What I'm saying is the fact that for some reason I actually agree with him. Because as I agree with him, it's important to realize that he's not chasing people out. He's actually saying we need to respect the fact that Bulawayo is an industrial hub. Even if I had been an MP, maybe I would not have put it in those words, but I would have encouraged church leaders to actually find a place that is not a warehouse or that doesn't have potential of actually serving the community in regards to reopening industries. So that is my thoughts in regards to that. Oh, somebody has just sent me a tweet and said Charlton Wende and Tendai BT also are in agreement with me in regards to people being driven out of the streets. Let me see if I've got the tweet. I think I actually quoted the tweet earlier saying that Tendai BT and Charlton Wende are in agreement. And you know what's funny is they're in agreement, and the MDC is taking care of the council. I mean, they are in the council in Harare and Bulawayo, of course. But I don't think that right now they went ahead and called the police. The police were not called by MDC. The police were ordered by government to go on the streets. Now, my question to government is, why are they taking the responsibility of the council? That's the council's duties. Why are the police suddenly getting involved in all this? Unless the mayor of Harare, of course, has said, yes, I lift my hand up, I'm the one who said police should go and drive people out. So, I mean, that's my view on this. So, guys, we're coming to the end of our show tonight. And I must tell you that as Zimbabweans, it's important kuqakathekile kakhulu ukuthi sizwisise ukuthi abo MP bethu ngobani. Sizwisiselana ukuthi abo MP bethu ngobani. Kuqakathekile ngoba ku-affecta wena, ku-affecta mina, ku-affecta umuntu wonke, ku-affecta abantwana bakho. Chicha kakhosha ukuthi uzibane na MP wakho. Chicha kakhosha ukuthi umtheberere. Chicha kakhosha je kuti umubvunze kuti wakati uchatitira zvakati. Chicha uchaita. Nyaya imwe yakakosha ndeyokudai, guys. Ndeyokuti ma MP kana muno mubulawayo ngizashaya abantu bakobulawayo muno kobulawayo into eqhakathekile ngeyokuthi siyakwazi ukuthi ama MP wonke ayi11 ngawe MDC, kodwa sifuna ukulikhuthaza abantu bakobulawayo ama MP akobulawayo ukuthi noma ungowe MDC umuntu wonke ngumzimbabweni, serve us as we are. Don't say Vimbai warana njenge independent vela ngizoze ngimsize. hayi asifuni khona lokho. It's our partisan, asisafuni khona lokho ukuthi sizwe indaba yokuthi ngoba ulalokhu kufanele kwenziwe so nekuharare ofuthi ndimi makazvibatsa veku MDC tinodawo kubatwawo zvakanaka, tinodawo kunzwisiswawo, tinodawo kubvunzwa zvichemo zvedu, tinodawo kunzi nhai manga mafunga kuti ndodini, todawo kukuonai, todawo kukuziva kuti tinokuwanai kupi. Handiti atidi kunzwa kunzi uyo ndewe NPF kana kuti uyo ndi independent, uyo ndewe ZANU PF. No, toda kuwana rights edu, toda kuwana delivery from you nenzira yatiri kuexpecta nayo. However, before I sign out, toda kutaura nyaya ye-Women's Bank. There's a tweet that's going around, whether it's fake or not fake. I am going to address it. Hansi, for you to be able to get help from Women's Bank, the Women's Bank recently. Hansi, you've got to be a ZANU PF holder. That's the tweet that's going around. Now, the reason I'm going to address it is not because I'm saying it's true or it's not true. I'm going to address it because in the past it has happened. And I did the same thing kuti repeat. Kana mati Women's Bank munoreva Vimbai akaita stand against ZANU PF yacho. Achitotaura kuti hai ZANU PF aite neniwo ndikuda help from it. We can't be a nation yekuti if somebody says I'm a woman, who are you to be coming here for you to be able to get our benefits here? It's not your benefits. This is Zimbabwe. Pamakavura Empower Bank. It was because you wanted to help us as Zimbabweans. It was because maida kushika pa point yokuti munonza no, you are giving it to us and trukubatsirika nawo kana trukunzwai. This whole ZANU PF holder, MDC card holder doesn't work post elections. Can we have our 5 years nicely and we come to a point where we benefit from it? Anyway, before I sign out again, nyaya yekubatsira nema businesses. The MP of Bulawayo South, our Vice Minister, Raj Modi, once tweeted and said that, get ready with your business plans. Guys, he said a couple of weeks. I think he said 6 weeks. 6 weeks, dziadza kukwana. 6 weeks lezena sezifikile. Siyacela abantu. Qedana ama business plan enu. Lihambise ku Vice Minister owe Commerce and Industry. Wathi yena lethana ama business plan enu lihambise kazange athi criteria yokuthi uzibani lozibani. Mina ngatsho vele ngathi eyami iyahamba. Izahamba i-business plan khona ngani. Ngoba lathi in Zimbabwe we want to come to a time where we get everything that we deserve as Zimbabweans. Remember, Zimbabwe, that as you get to know your MP, it is your right for you to get deliverance, for you to get everything delivered as to their promise. It's your right for you to hold them accountable to what they would have said. It is your right for you to be in touch with them. They have to be accessible MPs. And if we don't make sure that they do that, 5 years dzichapera tichingo complaina futi. Here at the Parliamentarian Twitter view, tiri kukuridzira nyaya yokuti muzive zvinoitika mukati menyika yenyu, nekuti mukasaziva zvinoitika mukati menyika yenyu, 5 years later munoti havana kuita basa. 5 years later futi vodzoka vakucampaigna, vakukuudzai zvinhu kuti sizalienzela lokho, silienzele lokho, lina lingazange lilandelele izinto zona lezo. So kuqakathekile ukuthi ube mazi lo muntu, kuqakathekile ukuthi ukhulume naye. Njalo uqakathekileyo kakhulu ukuthi ube sazi thina lapha at the Parliamentarian ukuthi sililungisela imagazini eliyaphuma mhla ka-1 November. Imagazini leliyani uzavala ubone impilo yabantu bonke ama-MP wonke all around the country. We will be profiling them in our magazine. So thank you so much for having us today, and we were happy to be with you this evening. And my name is Vimbai Musvaburi, and I am the host for the Parliamentarian Twitter view. Thank you.